right, let's give both streams a chance to get caught up here. Should be up and running now. All right, we got about 3 minutes until the close, so we'll be taking a look at the closing price here shortly. Let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for April 19th, 2022. SPY up 1.4%, Q's up 2.1% almost, IWM up 1.96. I came into today bearish on the Q's and SPY, and we had almost a trend day today. We really had kind of a trend morning, and then the afternoon just went sideways. Okay. So where does that leave us for tomorrow? Because coming into today, I didn't think we had a good place really to identify as this is the line in the sand. If we take this out, then no longer bearish, at least anywhere new since the most recent new lows here in the Qs, right? Previously, we were using this double top here, right in here. We were using this area. Okay, that was our resistance. That should hold, and as long as it does, we stay bearish. Now we've rallied all the way back up to it. Okay, so actually looking at it going into tomorrow, it's really the same spot. Okay, now it's been a pretty impressive rally that we reclaimed all of this. All right, and back up to the top here. All right, so this is the area that we're going to be watching. So because it's just an area, let's talk about what should we expect or what should we be looking for tomorrow. And there's a couple examples here that we've seen in the past on this 65-minute chart here of what could happen, and especially what could happen if we maintain bearish, because as you know, in the past few weeks the market's been downtrending, right? So what we got here is an attempt at a sell setup. I'll remove this highlight here. We're going over it at the end of the day just now. So it tried to come in and then it took out that pivot. Now, normally, or just at face value, that's bullish, okay? Because market tried to put in a pivot to go lower and it was rejected and produced a higher high. And then this ends up being more like a higher low, okay? But the last couple times that it's done that, and you can see it here as well, right? It tried to come in. This bar broke below that bar just by a little bit. The last couple times it's done that, it's actually not been able to follow through to the upside. So it's, failed on that and then come right back in to confirm. So how do we know to maintain the bearish bias, though, is once we break below that base. So in that case would have been 344.18. For tomorrow, if we go back below 343.48, then we're back to bearish. Okay, for now I'm going to be neutral. That's the closing bell. So for now I'm going to be neutral. All right, if tomorrow we break underneath this, the bottom of the base here, lower. Okay, another time that we did that was right here. Okay, right in here. I'll go ahead and move that. All right, we tried to go lower, we rejected it, and so normally in that situation we would expect higher. Right now, this is a pretty nice move up already, so that's not quite a perfect place to be at least starting new longs. But in that situation, that's just at face value a bullish pattern. We tried to go lower, we rejected it, we made a bottoming tail, and then we moved up again. Right? What did we do? The very next morning, we came in. Okay, so it's sort of like a breakout failure. Okay, come in. So that's what we'll be watching for tomorrow. Is this last move up just a breakout failure? How will we kind of confirm that underneath 343.48? Okay, so to sum up, neutral for tomorrow morning. Okay, if we move up and hold, then we'll start to look for the next bullish breakout buy setup as a chance to switch to a bullish bias. But for right now, neutral. Okay, and then if we break back below, bearish. If we start to move up or we hold, then we'll start to look at what kind of bullish pattern should we start anticipating. But I think, yeah, that'll be first. We need to see confirmation, and then next thing will be, okay, when do we start the bullish bias? Okay, so neutral for tomorrow. All right, For today, I thought that, we had some good gaps. Okay, I thought Zen was a good gap. Okay, that's a pretty good gap. Gapping over 2 red bars, bullish. And I thought SMCI was a decent gap. Location was a little bit tough. Wish it hadn't gapped, either clear the resistance or, below it so that there's room to it. I thought this gapped a little bit too close to it, but still decent. I thought that was a top gap. I like the Lulu. Lulu I thought was a top gap as well, clearing resistance. Okay. One thing about these, okay, if you're familiar with these, then you're gonna know they're pretty spready. Okay. Lulu, SMCI, Zen. And by spready I would say 20 to 30 cents pretty easily, sometimes more, especially the Lulu, since that's a $400 stock, sometimes has 40, 50 cents. Okay. And it's really hard dealing with 40, 50 cents. It depends on the size of the stop. I think Zen, sometimes the stop was around $1. So if you're looking at 40 cents, that's almost half the size of your stop. Okay. If you take 40 cent slippage getting in and then 40 cent slippage getting out, right, you're almost risking an additional R. Okay. So that's the challenge with spread. Now I could see someone saying, and I've heard this before, spread doesn't really matter because it maybe in this situation, let's say you play the Zen and it has 50 cent spread, but it moves $3 or $4 in your favor, 50 cents or 40 cents off the here and there, off the entry and the exit isn't going to do too much. But, that's only in that really specific situation where you've got a home run on your hands. Every other situation, small profits can easily be taken away from the spread. Small loss can become a big loss. A normal loss can become a big loss, or a small loss can be a full-size loss, and a normal size loss can end up being a big loss. Okay, I just can never ever say spread doesn't matter. Okay, because spread determines where you get in and where you get out. What price you get in, what price you get out. Nothing else matters in trading. I mean, in trading, what is the most important thing? The price that you entered and the price that you exited. So I just can never say spread doesn't matter, or ignore the spread, right? The spread between the bid and the ask. Okay, so I thought that was kind of challenging and a little bit because I thought these gaps were good and made it so that they just, I just didn't want to play them. I don't think they worked all that spectacularly, really. I think Zen was okay for a bit this morning, got some follow through, and then SMCI as well, pulled back first, but then, yeah, that was nice, but again, pretty spready. So I did miss out on these just because of my unwillingness to get involved and deal with the spread. What I did end up going after, which is what we'll take a look at next, are the scalps. Okay, LPTX in the afternoon here gave you the numbers for this. That was pretty nice. Nice, really tight base on the LPTX over 61. That was pretty good. Nice shakeout right there. Okay, on the LPTX. So nice penny base. So that you're only risking a penny, right? FBIO in the morning. That was okay. The only thing about the FBIO is that this one flipped fast. So that I played it twice. Both times it flipped very fast. So I played the initial breakout, took an extra penny slippage, so that kind of cut the gains in half. And then the second time was better, but still, again, it flipped so fast. Couldn't get out at the top. So those were not easy scalps. So, I would say this morning overall was not easy. And then the CTXR here. In the afternoon as well as a short, nice base, and then broke down. Was in it till the end too, or retried it at the end and it didn't go anywhere. So, that last bit, kind of just a waste of time, but this base worked decently. All right, so I was definitely hopeful that the gaps that we had in the morning were gonna produce something, but it ended up I didn't think that they were all that playable. I don't think it'll stay that way. We are into earnings season. Earnings season starting to pick up. I think Netflix just reported. So, it was just one of those things where today, I was kind of excited about the gaps. Then once I started to see them trade, it was like, oh, yeah, not really in the mood for dealing with these really sloppy, spready things, and moved on to kind of focus on scalps. So not really what I had in mind, not really kind of what I was excited for, but I think, we'll start to get better gaps as the week goes on. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So hope you did well today. I thought it was an okay day. I think there were some things here and there, not really kind of the outstanding earning season that we are expecting that's to come, but we kind of knew that, right? We knew that this week usually starts out kind of slow, first full week of earnings season, and then maybe by the end of the week, by next week, yeah, we'll have plenty to look at. All right. Hope you did well today. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Have a good evening.